Oh yeah, folks, this is some nasty ass weather right here. It's 31 degree, and anyway, that party got rescheduled is tomorrow, and I gotta try to figure out if these roads are even gonna be passable. So far, so good. I got four-wheel drive, so but still, it's just county roads. A lot of ruts, a lot of ice. The rain is coming down, but it's going to refreeze as soon as the sun goes down because it never got above freezing today. But the rain is coming down warm enough to melt that surface layer. But as soon as the sun goes down, it's going to be like sledding again. And then in the morning, I got to leave early, so it's going to be a real treacherous mess. And we'll just go as fast as we can. Right now I'm doing 13 miles an hour. Howdy folks. I'd like to start by saying thank you for all the warm wishes on my post the other day. I'm out of the hospital. So I can take this damn thing off. But anyway, out of the hospital. I was there for a couple of days. I'll kind of tell you what's been going on. It's been about a month now since I started not feeling right. And of course, I'm not going to say that on YouTube or anything, but just hadn't been feeling right. And I kind of had a feeling I knew what it was. So, I set up my doctor's appointments. There's been a lot of things going on with the weather and all in Texas. First of all, we've had like multiple ice storms back to back that lasted, days. This last one lasted 4 or 5 days worth of it. So I'm setting up my doctor's appointments and excuse me. Setting up these doctor's appointments, and they got canceled 2 weeks ago for that first ice storm that came through, and that's the day I did the video showing you. I had to take my crew and rent a house in that little town we were in because there was no way we were making it out of there before the ice hit. I didn't want my crew getting out stranded on the roads. I don't want to be stranded on the roads, so it was a sensible thing to do. But with all that going on, I'll give you a little precursor to all that. When those type of things happen, when things are jumbled around like that with events, food's already been purchased, preparations started on certain aspects of it, so when the weather comes in and parties start canceling, it really messes things up because you've got a deposit for one event and then you can't do the event and they cancel on you, or you have to tell them I can't make it over there, it's ice on the road. Most of the time they're going to cancel on you, but it really jumbles things up, and you're trying to rebook and make sure the event space is available. And there's just so much going on with those type of deals. It's like the worst thing in the catering world is the weather stuff, because it's just you can't control it, and the ripple effect of it messes tons of stuff up. So anyway, my stress level has been like up to here. It's completely insane. So I pretty much knew what was going on with me because this has happened to me back in 2008. If you remember when the housing crisis and all that stuff happened, I was a corporate chef for Whole Foods Market during that time period, and fun job. Got to travel around and go to different stores and implement new recipes and new sets and all kinds of stuff. A lot of fun stuff to do with that. But when the 2008 came, they killed that department. So my options were go back to store level and make no money, or find another job. Well, during that time period, I had, tons of recruiters call me. I was hot man on the list at that time. I was probably 29, 30 years old, something like that. So I was like, F you, I'll just go get another job. Well, I just bought a house in 2007. So losing your income was not good. So when I go out and get call the recruits up, they're like, yeah, well, join the list. There's 150 people just like you out there looking for a premium chef job. So I didn't realize in my head how bad things were at that time. ended up taking a job with Airmark, which is also when I decided I would never work for corporate America again. That was the worst job I ever had, but I got paid like a third of what I was making, so I was barely making it. It was a really rough time. I'm trying to hang on to this new house I bought. So the stress level of all that brought on diverticulitis, and it was something that ran in my family. My grandfather had it before and all. It's something with our colons or whatever. Anyway, so I got diverticulitis, and that's what's happened this last week or so. Came on again strong, and a lot of that is for me is due to stress, and also diet. The main thing in your diet, and you never see me use, is nuts. And typically when I use berries and stuff, I try to get seedless as much as possible because I can't have the seeds. The seeds and the nuts don't break down in my colon. There's little pockets in my colon that gets in and inflames it. So I can feel it coming on. The stress level is really high with trying to juggle all these events and try not to lose your ass. I had tens of thousands of dollars on the line of stuff that had already been purchased, and stuff that needed to go out that I couldn't save anymore. Just tons of this stuff with all these big weather events, and it just happened to be in a really busy time of the year for me, like super busy, right? Juggling like 10 events around, trying to replace them at different times and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, I got the diverticulitis again. And if you've never had it, it is absolutely excruciating pain. I hope you never get it. It's the worst pain I can. The way to describe it is, it's like somebody's taking a knife and just twisting in your stomach, in your lower abdomen like that, just all day repetitively. No matter what you do, you can't make it stop. So I woke up Wednesday morning and I went to the bathroom and just felt like I was gonna die. And I noticed there was blood in my stool, so I really freaked out at that point. Well, of course we're iced in. I had missed 2 previous doctor's appointments because they had canceled them because of the ice. I went and got my blood work done, but I couldn't see the doctor that day. When they told me to come back on Tuesday, then that one got canceled, and they said come back the next Tuesday, that one got canceled. So I was trying to get ahead of it, but just couldn't make it work out. So anyway, I got that. So they rescheduled all these parties for Friday, and I'm just dying. I gotta go to the hospital. We can finally get out and drive around and all. And I get Mrs. Chef and the crew started, and I was like, I gotta go check myself in the hospital. I'm afraid I'm gonna rupture something and bleed out or something because of the blood in the stool and all. Really freaked me out. Like I said, if I wouldn't have had this before, I'd have really freaked out. But at least I knew the symptoms. It's also scary because you don't know if it's your appendix because it's the same area. So you kind of worry that your appendix is ruptured or something like that. So I was worried about that. So anyway, I get to the hospital. They do all the blood scans. I had to go in for the CT scan and all. So they scan your abdomen and everything. Anyway, exactly what they said it was, and they got everything calmed down a little bit where I can at least function, but it was still in a lot of pain. They sent me home after 2 days. They said I would be okay, just take all these medications now. There's a lot of things I can't eat right now. Ton of things I can't eat or drink. I'm basically on a water diet and a few soft foods, very low seasoning soft foods right now. Tons of stuff, like these medications interact with all kinds of ingredients in food that I can't have now. What is it, glycerol and glycerin or whatever it is. I got a whole list of stuff that I can't eat or drink. I really got to read labels. And to tell you the truth, I've had zero appetite anyway because when you're in this kind of pain, you just don't feel like eating anything. But anyway, the stress, I think, is what's really brought it on. I've got to find a way to decompress and not stress out about things as much. And that's the hard part about being in the chef business. It's a very stressful business, and people don't realize all that goes into, feeding 300 or 400 people, or 3,000 or 4,000 people, or 10,000 people. A lot of planning, legwork, and stress goes into all that to make those things possible. I mean, you're not going to a restaurant seats a couple hundred people. Well, imagine multiplying that by 100 or 1,000. It's a lot to deal with. So when things get canceled and bumped, it really stresses you out. Also, I was having problems getting trucks because they couldn't get down the roads. You need a day or two to prep for these big events. You can't just drop the food that morning and cook it all and go there. You gotta make your marinades, your sauces, clean your chicken. There's so much stuff goes into it ahead of time. So yeah, it's just the back-to-back big winter storms that just sent me kind of over the edge. And the one thing I ate that I shouldn't have ate, which is what ended up causing it, is the nuts. I got a bunch of different mixed nuts for Christmas and all, so I was sitting there eating on those, and that's what really sent it over the top. But I am doing better, still very sore, very tender. Can't eat anything. It's going to be about 10 more days of this, like this, until I get better, and I will remember how bad this felt and not eat anything else that will impact that. And of course, since this is the second time I had it, they want to do a colonoscopy and all that stuff, so all that coming up. But yeah, man, your health is something you can't mess around with. And being a chef, it's hard to always eat healthy. I weigh about 30 pounds. I'm about 30 pounds overweight, so I got to work on getting some pounds off to be healthier. And I'm going to do that. That's the plan. Is you can replace a lot of things. You can replace an income. You can replace tons of things, material things, but you cannot replace your health. So whoever's watching this, if you made it this far through the video, take care of yourself, take care of your health, because it's the one thing, once it goes, it's gone, and you're screwed. And sometimes it takes things like this happening in life to be this sick where, you're bleeding and everything, and you're in so much pain you feel like you're going to die. And, if I would have went untreated, I could have died. It's terrible. So take care of your health, people. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. I really appreciate it. And you guys have a great day.